Alright, guys. Alright. 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 Well, so you know I've been working on a lot of saws lately. I'm not making another saw video, but here's what I'm doing today. I thought I'd film it because, yeah, let me show you. Hang on. So the old me would just throw my saws in a pile like this, but no more. Today, we're making a rack with these wooden blocks here. A very simple design I'll show you in just a second here. I figured since I'm spending so much time refinishing these saws, I may as well try to keep them nice and not destroy them. Be working on that one next, I think. Oh wait, no. I think I'll be working on this one next. Anyways, so I wanted a simple rack that I could throw saws in, not spend too much time making them. This is made with a 4x4. I've got these slots. I actually marked these slots an inch apart and then I cut them on the line. So I think they're about 7/8 thick. Looks pretty cool, actually. So I think I'm going to attach these to some sort of base. I'm thinking that piece over there, because that looks kind of cool. And have some sort of handle that comes out from over here attached to the base. And I'm not sure if I'll make that out of metal or wood. I also wanted to show you one more thing. With wood cut like this, there was a fear that this might break. So I decided to reinforce it by sticking some dowels in there, front and back. At first I thought I'd do them all the way along, but I thought that was probably excessive. But yeah, these are going in about 3 inches deep, almost to the top. They stop about there. So I figured if I could keep those ends nice and strong, I'd be a little bit more confident that this would last for many, many years. I really don't think I need to make plans for this, but hey, let me know, all right? Let me know in the comments there. All right, sticking to the rustic theme, I'm gonna go with this piece of wood. I'm gonna keep the ends the way they are. I really like that stuff, I don't know why. So this is 22 inches long. I'm gonna rip it 8.5 inches wide. So I'll just trim it up a little bit. But first, I've actually been meaning to do this for a while now. I would have pulled it out, but it was sewed in, so. Now I like these rustic corners here, and I kind of want to match this one on the back here, so I'm going to take my trusty little hammer here. Never thought I'd do that, but seems to work. I just lost a knot while sanding the edge here, but I'm going to save it and glue it back in. I gotta say, this is working out pretty good. I actually like those corners there. Looking nice and rustic. They seem to all match, which is nice. I've never tried that with a hammer. And, oh yeah, you saw that I did trim a little bit off with the saw and then did some more hammering. Looks pretty good. I'm just marking where all the holes are going to go, and then I'll screw them on from underneath. By the way, I did cut these on a miter saw, these slots here. And you'll probably notice when you try, if you try, that one side will be higher than the other. That's just because the blade is curved. And you can just go ahead and fix that with a pole saw. Just trim them down. You'll know what I mean if you try this. It's not a big deal, it's pretty easy. All right, I'm gonna mark these holes, drill them out, and then we'll have to work on the handle. I'm still thinking about that one. So I got this screwed together here, looking good and solid. Now it's time for the handle. Now, off camera, I completely destroyed my garage trying to find something old and rustic to match the theme of this build here. And I got two things that I think will work for a handle. These two pieces here. I have no idea what this came from. Got it from a garage sale as part of a package. And this is actually from an old wine barrel. The rings that go around the barrel. So I thought that was kind of neat. I kept this from a long time ago. I made some other things with it. Anyways, I'm thinking I'll probably weld this together like this. Drill some holes in there. I should be able to just stick that right in the middle there. And I think that should make a pretty nice handle. Seems like it'll work anyways. Let's try it out. I gotta start by making this more square and hammering it flat. That shouldn't take too long. All right, looking pretty good here. Every time I work with metal, I'm like, damn, why don't I do this more often? And I found some old screws here. Can't remember what these are from. They're not brass, but I think they're brass coated or something like that, but check it out. Nice. It's gonna look good. So I think I'm ready for welding now. Took me a little while to line everything up, but I think everything's looking pretty straight. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So, let's see what happens. Alright guys, I don't weld very often, but here it is. It's not pretty, but I think it's going to be nice and strong. Holes are all lined up. I got this thing nice and flat. Rock solid. If you guys ever want to get into welding, I highly recommend it. Even if you just get a cheap flux core welder like me. Totally worth it for little things like this. It's actually very satisfying. Something about metalwork and welding that is very satisfying. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I'm going to varnish this thing and install the handle, and I think I'll be done. Alright guys, here it is. Saw caddy is complete. The wood grain is looking really nice. I did end up going with a flat black for the handle. I was going to leave it raw metal at first, but man, I just pulled the can out and started spraying, and I'm happy I did because it looks great. Feels nice and solid. Pretty easy to pick up. It'll be more balanced once I throw more saws in there. In fact, it can actually hold quite a few saws. I'll get some clips of that up here. I can't really think of anything bad to say about this thing. I think it's going to be convenient for me to just take this and move it around. I'm planning on doing some hand tool only projects in my backyard, so I needed something like this that I could move around. I didn't want to build like a big tool chest because I felt like it's just too bulky. I don't have enough room. And I've got no more wall space left, so I just needed something like this that I could stick on a shelf somewhere. Subscribe. All right. Well, I forget to breathe sometimes. Can I just talk normally?